Hello, my dear little friends. I have a special story just for you today. It's about our amazing home, planet Earth, and a big secret it's been trying to tell us. Are you ready to listen? Let's begin. Imagine our Earth. It's like a giant, colorful ball spinning in space. It has big blue oceans, tall green forests, and busy cities with lots of happy people, just like you and me. Everyone on Earth loves to build things, make toys, cook yummy food, and travel to new places. We use lots of energy to do all these wonderful things. We drive cars, turn on lights, and play with our favorite electronic gadgets. And that's all part of our busy, happy lives. For a long, long time, everyone thought our Earth was so big and strong that it could handle anything. When we made things, sometimes a little smoke came out of chimneys, or a little exhaust from cars. Sometimes we made too much trash. But everyone just thought, oh, Earth is so huge, it will simply take it all. But then, our Earth started to whisper. Not with words, but with little changes. The weather began to act a bit funny. Summers, which used to be just right for playing outside, started to get much hotter. Sometimes they felt extra long, like summer would never end. And winters, where we used to have crisp, cold air and sometimes even fluffy snow, started to feel warm, or sometimes, strangely, they'd have big, sudden snowstorms we'd never seen before. The farmers, who knew exactly when to plant their seeds and when to pick their vegetables, started to feel confused. Sometimes the rain would come down so hard it flooded their fields, and other times, there was no rain at all. Their beautiful green fields would turn dry and cracked, like a giant puzzle. Then, the whispers got a little louder. At the top and bottom of our Earth, in places like Antarctica and Greenland, there are huge mountains of ice. These icy places started to melt. Scientists, who are like Earth's detectives, showed us pictures. They saw friendly polar bears struggling to find icy places to stand, and they saw giant ice mountains shrinking. They told us that when the ice melts, the ocean water gets higher, and that could make our beaches and even some cities near the water disappear. But for many of us, it seemed like movie dialogues or stories from a book, something not connected to us. As time went on, the Earth's whispers became clearer, like a gentle voice trying to get our attention. Big storms, which used to happen only once in a long while, became stronger and more often. They were like giant, angry tantrums from the sky, causing lots of damage. Huge fires, made worse by the very hot and dry weather, would gobble up big parts of our beautiful forests, filling the air with smoke. Sometimes, the clear rivers we love to swim in would dry up completely, or suddenly burst their banks with too much water. And our animal friends? Many kinds of birds, fish, and furry creatures found it hard to live when their homes changed so quickly. They started to disappear. We could feel it more now. Our own homes were sometimes in danger, and the good air we once breathed had now become poisonous. That's when we learned a new big word, climate change. It wasn't just funny weather anymore. It was a big change in how our Earth works, like the Earth had a fever. And the detectives, the scientists, told us it was mostly because of something called greenhouse gases. These gases were like a thick blanket getting too warm around our Earth. And guess what made the blanket thicker? All the smoke and fumes from burning things like gas for cars, and coal for electricity. And when we cut down too many trees, it made it even worse, because trees help breathe in those bad gases and give us good ones. But here is where our story gets really exciting. Even though some people were a little scared, something else wonderful started to happen. We started to listen. People began to ask, what's happening to our home? Can we help it get better? What can I do? You know who were often the best at listening? Kids. Just like you. You noticed the changes, you felt the hot sun, you worried about the animals. You started asking your grown-ups, why is the water in the river so low, or why does the air feel polluted and strange? And the scientists, who had been trying to tell us for a long time, found that more and more people were finally ready to hear them. They explained that our Earth was getting too warm because of too much of that blanket of gas. But they also said something very important: we still had time to help our Earth if we all worked together. They told us that every single thing we do, no matter how small, can make a difference. Saving energy, like turning off lights when we leave a room, or unplugging our chargers when they are not charging. Smart travel, like walking or riding our bikes instead of always going in a car. Or taking a big bus with lots of people. Eating wisely, like not wasting our food, and eating fruits and vegetables that grow nearby. Rethink, reuse, recycle, like not buying too many new things, using things again and again, and putting our trash in the right bins so it can be made into something new. Loving nature, like planting trees, watering plants, and being kind to all animals. Speaking up, like telling our grown-ups and other people why it's important to help our Earth. They showed us that if lots and lots of people did these small things, it would make a giant wave of change. So, the story of our wonderful Earth is still being written. And guess what? We are all helping to write the next chapter. The Earth's gentle whispers are clear now. We know what to do. And because people are so clever and kind, we are finding amazing ways to help. Factories are learning to make things with less smoke. Clever scientists are inventing incredible machines that use sunshine and wind to make clean energy, not smoky energy. Communities are coming together to plant new trees, clean up rivers, and make lovely green parks. And you, our amazing children, are learning all about it and even teaching your families. The future of our Earth, whether our rivers will be clean and clear, whether our forests will be green and tall, and whether our air will be fresh and breezy, these all depend on the choices we make every single day. It's about being kind to our Mother Earth, understanding her delicate balance, and living happily together with nature. The story isn't finished. It's a story about all of us working together, about hope, and about the wonderful power we have when we choose to protect our one and only home. Let's make sure the next chapter is one where our Earth is happy and healthy, and its whispers are no longer warnings, but joyful songs of life thriving everywhere. Thank you for listening, my dear friends.